Okay, today I'm going to do a review of a kettlebell from a company called ironcompany.com. It's this Skullbell. It's a kettlebell with the skull face. They have a number of different weights. This is a 26 pounder or a 12 kilogram weight. And I'm going to rate it on 5 categories. My first category is quality, and I was very impressed with the quality of the kettlebell. It's very solid, very well made, no major imperfections, things like that would affect function. There are a few things that will go towards aesthetics. We'll talk about that. But basically, quality, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Very well built. I like the width of the handle, the shape, the thickness of the handle, things like that, the space between the bell and the handle, which all kind of leads towards functionality. But again, 5 out of 5 on quality. My second category is aesthetics. This thing is badass looking, let's be honest, and that goes towards its quality as well. Okay, but when it comes to aesthetics, I also have to look for minor imperfections, and I see a few little rough patches, things like that. Very minor, but there are some on this kettlebell, so we're going to go 4 out of 5 on aesthetics. Again, 5 out of 5 on the way how badass this looks, but as far as aesthetics, 4 to 5 just because some of those minor imperfections. Third category, functionality. This is the category that surprised me. You know, I have a number of specialty kettlebells. Some are very functional, some are not as functional, based on the way they're built. Now, with the thickness of the handle, which I think is a perfect thickness, the distance between the bell and the handle, like I said a few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago, also the way that it feels, right? So as I do a snatch, the way that it sits, again, that has a lot to do with the distance, the width of the handle, the thickness of the handle. It sits really well in the snatch on my wrist. And then when we clean, it actually sits really well in that pocket as well. Now, because of the nice wide handle, I can do nice swings without having my hands jammed in there, right? Or using 2 or 3 fingers to try and keep this thing moving. So I like that. Nice wide handle for swings, sits really well in the clean, in the pocket, sits nice in the extended position in the snatch. So I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5 on functionality, which is a very high score for a specialty kettlebell. Generally, the higher scores go to the competition kettlebells because they sit exactly the way they're supposed to for kettlebell sport and things of that nature. Now, the fourth category is price. Here we have a little ding on price. It's a 3.5 out of 5. And the reason I did that, now especially kettlebells generally will get a little ding on price because they tend to be more expensive. And so you have tiers. You have your iron kettlebells, your competition kettlebells, and then your specialty kettlebells tend to be the most expensive. I gave it a little extra point off or half point off because it's not, within its genre and category of specialty kettlebell, it's not the best priced. So it's a little pricey. I'd like to see them come down in price a little bit, but so I'm going to give a 3.5 out of 5 on price there. Realize though the specialty kettlebells do get dinged a little bit because they tend to be higher priced in general. The last category, oh sorry, we have 2 more categories. The next category, actually the last category is customer service. We did the others. So we have a 5 for quality, we have 4 for aesthetics, we have a 4.5 for functionality, we have a 3.5 for price, and then the last is customer service. Now, dealing with them and going back and forth in emails was very easy, very good rapport there back and forth, very quick with getting back to me with emails, things of that nature. If that was all I rated customer service on, it would be a 5. However, also the shipping, the amount of time, the way it's packaged, all of that goes into customer service as well. So I'm giving them a 4 out of 5 on customer service. It took about 8 days to get the kettlebell, which is not very long, but there's a lot of companies I've ordered from that come a lot quicker. Within 3 or 4 days, I have the kettlebell. The other thing is the way it was packaged. I'm not really taking much off for the way it was packaged because it was, the box was not damaged and the kettlebell itself was not damaged. But I was a little concerned with the packing. It didn't come with any kind of styrofoam packing in there, although they packed it well enough, so I'm not really taking off for that. So the total points is going to be 4 out of 5 on customer service based on the shipping time and maybe potential problems with packaging. Now, with heavier kettlebells, they're definitely going to need to pack them better. They probably do. I can't speak to that because I don't have a heavier kettlebell from them. But that being said, this is a really good score for a specialty kettlebell. The total is 21 out of 25. Again, I gave it honest grades in the areas that I rate, those 5 areas on quality, aesthetics, functionality, price, and customer service. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll tell you what, I do recommend it if you're looking for a specialty kettlebell. It's badass, it's very functional, so it's not just going to sit on your shelf. You're going to be able to use this thing. And again, they have different weights, so you can pick the weights that work best for you. Stay strong. I'll see you next time.